Danny Andrade, yeah. He was driving? What are the charges? What was his blood alcohol? Oh, no. Look, tell Collins to send him right up here after you book him, okay? Yeah, thanks, Al. Hey.
Estaba con Rosa cuando lo oí. Me ofrecía pagar la fianza.
Gina, what are you doing here? I was just about to bake something.
Does Tasty know?
Why don't you just butt out, Santana?
In other words, he doesn't know. But he will as soon as I leave.
I don't really care, just as long as you leave as quickly as possible.
I'm here about Brandon.
Well, he isn't around, so why don't you
Don't worry. I'm not going to stay. Now that I've got custody of Brandon, my dealings with you are going to be as brief and infrequent as possible. And so will his.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm here to discuss your visitation rights.
All right, I'll say it again. You can badger me all you want, but the facts won't change. I did not kill my wife. When I found Madeline's body, I was in shock. I didn't know she was alive. If I had known, I would have called for help. I never would have left her. Now, that's all I have to say.
Not quite. Our very patient members of the jury have had to sit through your moving account of how you cried as you held your wife's motionless body. I'm sure that they're perceptive enough to realize that this is simply your way of accounting for the amount of your wife's blood that was found on you. Isn't that so?
No, that has nothing to do with what I said.
Well, your actions certainly betray a certain uneasiness about the blood, Mr. Laurent. You did hide your blood-stained shirt from the police, did you not? Didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, you certainly did. Now, I wonder if you could tell us exactly how you constructed your phony alibi.
Objection.
Objection sustained. Counselor.
Let me put it another way. I wonder if you could tell us how you constructed your series of well-thought-out fabrications designed to abet your plan to get away with murder.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection sustained. Counselor, I don't want this continued.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll try another tack. Mr. Laurent, we don't need to go into the details of your alibi since Inspector Castillo has already testified to your movements that day and to your efforts to cover them up. What I would be interested in knowing is who it was that helped you think out those details. Was it Sheila Carlisle, your partner in adultery?
Your Honor.
Objection sustained. The prosecution will drop the question or rephrase it.
We have testimony, Mr. Laurent, that after you left your wife for dead, you flew to Las Vegas. Did you meet with Sheila Carlisle there? Did the two of you spend the evening in celebration, figuratively counting your dead wife's money?
That's a damn lie!
Enlighten us, if you will. When you took your lover to bed that night, did you once, even once, think of your dead wife? Oh, wow!
Как ты себя чувствуешь, Келли?
Гораздо лучше.
Took my medication today, Dr. Rawlings. You can ask the nurse if you want.
I noticed on your chart that you objected to the injection.
Well, I hate them, but I can take the medicine with pills.
We switched to injections when you refused to take the pills.
But I'll take them. I promise I will.
All right, I believe you, Kelly. I hope you realize how important it is for you to take your medication every day if you want to get well and get rid of all those bad feelings.
That's what I want. And that's why I want you to give me permission to have a visitor today.
Who did you have in mind?
Nick Hartley.
I just wish there was more blood. Yeah, don't wipe it off.
Mr. Laurent, you've obviously invited a citation for contempt of court and are certain to be charged with assault and battery. If I see the slightest indication that you have no control over your behavior, I promise you that you will end this trial in handcuffs.
We're very sorry, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution have any further questions to ask of this witness?
No, Your Honor. I think the accused has done everything he can to show the jury the violence he's capable of.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection overruled. You can save all the objections you might have for your client's conduct. This court is recessed for lunch.
A lucky break, wasn't
lucky,
it?
Huh? I think I'm stupid. Glad you made the most of
it. Would you let her through, please?
Listen, I've got to talk to you.
What is it, Mary?
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I made it look a good deal worse than it is.
Mark's here.
What? Thought he left town.
I did, too.
Well, I don't think he's here to watch my court performance. What's he, waiting for a farewell party or something? Not going to fight the annulment, is he?
He didn't say. What he said was that he wasn't going to let you think that you could drive him away. Mason, he's not leaving, and I can't stand it. Not now.
What do you mean, not now?
I mean that I just don't want Mark hanging around, that's all. Look, can you do something? Can you talk to him? Can you convince him? Something.
I've already been hit once today. What do you want me to say that won't make him angrier?
I don't know, but you can talk anybody into anything when you put your mind to it. Please, Mason, get him to leave. I can't do it, so you've got to.
No, don't you worry yourself. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Please, no comment anymore. No more questions. Please, excuse me.
I blew it, didn't I? They're going to think I did the same thing to Madeline. It's all over, isn't it?
David, look.
Julia? I tried to call you, but she already left for court. I need to talk to you.
All right. Listen, can you wait for me over here? I'll be right with you. All right? What's up?
I think I might have a break. Now, don't get too excited. I don't know if this is going to add up or not, but I searched Sheila Carlisle's place and came up with these.
Here, hold on.
Bringing Danny up from booking.
Look, don't go too rough on him. I mean, this isn't like him.
Es un tonto por realizar una proeza semejante. Conducir bebido es una falta seria para mí. Y además, tampoco quiero que pagues la fianza.
Muy bien, pero no la tomes conmigo, ¿de acuerdo?
Lo siento. Perdóname, me preocupo por él y esto me ha disgustado.
Y yo lo estoy por Rosa, por eso he venido.
Te lo agradezco. Será mejor que te vayas ahora porque tendré que hablar con él. Gracias, Ben. Puedes dejarle aquí conmigo.
Bien.
Hola, Dani.
Imagino que todo el mundo lo sabe, ¿no?
Tu madre sí.
Y mi padre. Esta vez lo he estropeado todo. ¿Qué haces aquí?
He venido decidida a pagar la fianza.
No podría aceptar dinero tuyo. No estaría bien.
Eso es cierto. No debes aceptar su dinero. Yo me ocuparé de esto personalmente. Gracias.
Les voy a decir a tus padres que estás en buenas manos, ¿de acuerdo?
Posiblemente Santana lo sepa. Puedo pedirle la fianza.
Espera un segundo. No va a haber ninguna fianza. Vas a aprender aquí una lección.
You know, Gina, I heard all about that stunt that you pulled earlier today. I know that you saw Brandon without permission. And I know that you tried to get him involved in this ridiculous cookie scheme of yours.
So, I'm doing something for Brandon. He's going to inherit this business one day, and I want him to learn it from the ground up.
I won't let my son get involved in some crazy scheme of yours. I think the only positive thing about this is that you're too busy making a mess to try to kill anyone.
There were never any charges pressed, so why don't you just shut your mouth, Santana?
No, Gina, I'm not going to do that. I've had to keep my mouth shut too long. Now that I've got custody of my son, things have changed.
Well, I don't think you're going to have custody for very long. After all, Cece won't let you keep Brandon unless you stay married. And I don't think your marriage is going to last.
For your information, Gina, the custody agreement that Cece signed turned Brandon over to me absolutely. You know, the agreement does not depend on whether I stay with Cruz or not. So I'm calling the shots now, Gina. Married or not?
Well, then Cruz must be home packing right now. Because he has no reason at all to stay with you.
I wouldn't worry about what Cruz does if I were you. I think you should just worry about whether I let you see Brandon at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the flower bothering your allergies? The senorita's allergic to flowers? That must make it difficult when making tortillas.
Will you just shut up and give me something to drink?
I don't fetch for my enemies.
Oh. I'm leaving.
Hallelujah.
Look, I told you that those visitation rights are limited. I'm just giving you fair warning that those visitation rights may end altogether if Brandon says so.
Brandon's going to want to see me even more than ever.
No, I doubt that, Gina. Not once Brandon knows the truth. The whole truth about you.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your life story, Gina. I'm talking about your affair with Mason. I'm talking about your attempt on Cece's life. I'm talking about your drug addiction. I want Brandon weaned from you, and I think the truth is something that's going to do it.
No, you wouldn't dare.
You don't think I'll do that, Gina? I want my son to know everything. I want him to know everything, Gina. I want him to know that you're not his real mother.
Santana, you wait a minute. That's not fair. Just because you're upset that Cruz may be divorcing you is no reason to take it out on...
Gina, we're not all as sick and as twisted as you are. I don't want revenge. I just want my son to know the truth.
Я хочу знать, что ты сказал Мэри.
Mason, это не твоя. Decided not to leave town after all. Oh, why not, Mark? You're not gonna fight the annulment, are you? No. That's a pretty good option, isn't it? Mark, right or wrong, whatever her reasons are, Mary's decided that she's in love with me. Now, I'll be the first to admit I don't think she's getting a bargain, but she's made up her mind. Nothing's gonna change that. Sooner or later, you're going to have to get on with your life. So why are you doing this to us? Okay.
Jason, I'm going now. I'll meet you back at the apartment.
Sure. Mary.
You know, I'm sick of the sight of both of you. I'll tell you what, Mason. I'm not going to stay here. I am going to leave.
I think that's best.
Mason, you think you won something, right? Well, you haven't. You're never going to live up to her standards. One day she's going to turn on you the same way she turned on me. Oh, you'll think everything's just fine. And you're going to believe that she's playing everything absolutely straight. Then you're going to wake up someday and you're going to realize that she's holding something back. Who knows, maybe she is already.
Mark, there's one thing Mary is, it's honest.
Mary isn't all that she says she is. And you think you got her all to yourself. Well, you're wrong.
I can't believe you came up with all of this.
Believe me, it wasn't easy. By the way, these are the copies I made. The originals are right where they were in Sheila's house. In a red folder, and embossed in the cover with the letters D.L.
D.L. for David Laurent. Oh, this is amazing.
You can use this information then.
Use it. This is dynamite. This is exactly what I've been praying for. All right, I'll get a marshal to pick Sheila up at her hotel. She's still under subpoena.
Okay, if you're not going to need me anymore, I'll be on my way. I'm going to go see Kelly. She asked to see me.
Well, that's good news, isn't it? I hope it is, because you've just brought me the best news there is. Oh, thank you for all your hard work. And give my best to Kelly.
I will do. Good luck to you.
Luck! I don't need luck. I have this. Thanks, Nick.
You're making a big deal out of a little mistake.
I don't call what you did a little mistake.
All I did was have a couple of beers with some friends after work. You make yourself comfortable on my desk, man.
Get up and wake up! You had no business being on the road. Your blood alcohol was way over the legal limit. You were driving drunk, Danny.
Okay. I promise not to do it again. Will you get off my case?
Oh, I see. You're not going to take this seriously at all. It's okay to let your family down, to let me and everybody else who knows
But you never made a mistake before?
Hell yes, I made a mistake,
Well,
and I
then
paid
don't
for
sermonize
it.
to me. I don't want to be a hero at all the Chicanos in Santa Barbara, like you are. And I'm no saint either. I wouldn't marry a girl just so she can keep her kid. We all don't want to be Cruz Castillo.
Santana, look, I'm sorry I flew off the handle at you like that. I just kind of lost control when you threatened to tell Brandon all those terrible things about me. You wouldn't really do that, would you? You'll see. Wait, Santana, you wait. You stay here and you answer me. You wouldn't tell him I tried to kill Cece. You wouldn't tell him I'm not his real mother. He has the right to know the truth. He has the right to know that you're not his real mother. You're not even fit to raise him. Santana, wait. Wait! Santana!
Ben, wanna take him down to holding?
Okay, Cruz, come on.
¿Entonces no vas a ayudarme?
Sí, voy a ayudarte. Dormirás entre rejas. Si tus padres intentan pagar la fianza, les aconsejaré que no lo hagan.
Oh, eres un verdadero amigo, Cruz. Adiós.
Por si te sirve de algo, has hecho lo correcto.
Ajá. Bien, gracias. Pero últimamente hacer lo correcto significa sentirse fatal.
Ojalá no te sientas siempre así.
Pronto se dará cuenta de que le he hecho un gran favor. Me pregunto si mi mujer lo comprenderá.
Si Santana no lo hace ahora, nunca lo hará. Espero que sepa apreciar lo que tiene.
Oh, you scared me.
Sorry. I didn't know you were still here. I thought you were going home.
What happened with Mark?
Well, I think the good doctor has finally seen the light, packing his little black bag and going home.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Mary, he said some peculiar things before he left. Something about a secret you may be keeping from me.
You know what? I would forget about Mark if I were you. That's what I'm going to do.
Mary. The matinee is about to begin. Time to get back to work.
Guess what?
Well, this looks like one of the files Sheila kept on our business. You didn't have someone steal this, did you? Who, Nick?
That would be illegal without a search warrant, wouldn't it?
What are you up to, Julia?
You'll see.
The press conference is set for right after the court adjourns. Seems that your little circus has gotten us coverage by 3 networks.
Really?
Yes. Of course. I mean, Klaus von Bülow didn't even punch out his prosecutor.
All rise. Order. This court is in order. Will the 2 opposing attorneys approach the bench? I understand that Miss Wainwright wishes to reintroduce a witness that she has in reserve.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Can you produce the witness at this time?
Yes, I can.
Then do so.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call to the stand Miss Sheila Carlisle. Miss Carlisle, I'd like you to confirm or deny certain statements already made to this court. Were you and David Laurent lovers?
Yes, I'm David's lover. Is that all you called me here for?
Would you like to take this opportunity to tell us anything else about the letter, which you already read to the court, which was addressed to David Laurent?
I don't have anything more to say.
Do you have anything to add to your sworn testimony about your business association with the defendant?
No, I don't.
Miss Carlyle, are you aware that the penalty for perjury is rather severe?
Objection. That remark is highly prejudicial.
Sustained.
Sorry. Miss Carlyle, I'd like to ask you a few questions about this particular company in which David Laurent and yourself were partners.
Objection. Your Honor, this line of questioning is patently immaterial.
Your Honor, I will prove that this line of questioning has great relevance to this case.
Objection overruled. Continue, Counselor.
Thank you. Miss Carlyle, isn't it true that in the past 2 months you've been manipulating and pressuring the other stockholders into giving you complete control of the company assets? In fact, haven't you been on a systematic campaign to exclude my client from any decision-making functions of this company, stripping him of his power and prerogative, and in fact trying to ruin him?
No, that's not true.
Miss Carlyle, if necessary, I can subpoena the entire accounting firm, and I'm sure that they will be willing to come in here and tell the jury all about your underhanded, vindictive tactics.
Objection, Your Honor.
And I'm sure at least of them are well aware of your motive.
Sustained. The counsel will refrain from characterizing the actions of the witness without sufficient substantiation.
All right. Let me put it to you straight, Miss Carlyle. It really is all up to you, you know. I mean, we can all sit here and listen to a whole parade of witnesses testify against you, or you can just tell us the truth. Miss Carlyle? You lied about the letter, didn't you? You lied about being David's lover, didn't you? You lied just now when you confirmed it. You aren't David's lover, are you? You never were you? In fact, David's been telling the truth all along, hasn't he?
Yes, I lied. I lied about everything. I don't love David Laurent. I hate him. Oh, I hate you.
Order! Order!
I don't understand how you can do this.
Whether or not Danny is a good kid is not the issue here. If he thinks he can get away with this, he's going to do it again.
So you sent my brother to the drunk tank?
Santana, people who drive
I can't
drunk...
believe this. You're doing this to your wife's brother.
Wait a second. I didn't do anything. Danny is the one who did something wrong. He was driving drunk. You want him to think that's no big deal?
No, of course not.
All right. Well, then let it be. He's going to spend the night in jail. And then he'll get arraigned in the morning like everybody else. Unless, of course, you interfere.
Yes, that's exactly what I plan to do. Look, I know what Danny did was wrong. He should be punished for it. He will be punished. But I don't want him staying in there overnight.
Well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to...
Forget it. I'll just...
Wait a minute.
Myself.
You wait a second. Where are you going?
Keith Jimmins. I'm sure the district attorney would love to help me out once he finds out that my husband won't.
Santana, don't you...
Hello, Angel. Hey, it's your old friend Gina. Well, no, actually, I thought about something you could make a little money on. I was wondering if you could get a hold of something for me. I think it's called crack on the street. Oh, no, I'm not insinuating that you use it. I just thought maybe you could purchase one through one of your many business associates. Well, not a lot, but enough to make it worth it for you. By the way, do you think I could get it in capsule form?
Miss Carlyle, did David tell you that he loved his wife?
Yes.
Did he refuse your persistent overtures?
Yes.
Is that why you lied to the court? For revenge? You wanted the court to believe that David loved you, didn't you? And you wanted them to believe that he hated Madeline, didn't you? Because then he would be capable of committing murder.
I hated her. How could you have loved her?
Miss Carlyle, do you realize that you will be charged for perjury? Do you think that you could tell us now what really happened?
I told David that I loved him. And that I would be much better for him than Madeline ever could be. But he wouldn't Miss Carlisle, could you tell the court when you decided to take this revenge? Was it after Madeline's murder?
He called me, and he kept going on and on about Madeline's death. And he never said anything about me. Nothing about us getting together. It was like I never even existed.
Could you tell the court what he said then? Can you tell the court what his state of mind was like then?
He was hopeless. He was crying and going on about how he loved her, and how he always wanted to make their marriage work, and how he knew that in the end it would. There was no chance of that now. His whole life was over. He had nothing to live for. I had to listen to him fall apart, all because of her.
I have no further questions, Shirley.
Does the state wish to examine the witness?
Examine her like a vivisector. No, Your Honor, the state has no such design.
The witness may leave the stand.
I'm sorry, David. I'm so sorry.
Court is adjourned till tomorrow morning at 10.
It's gonna be a hell of a day here, Capitol.
I want you and Cruz Castillo in my office tomorrow before court begins. And I want you to explain exactly how the background check for that woman got this screwed up. All right?
Mr. Caplow, Miss Wainwright is willing to hold a press conference. Are you?
Mason. He didn't hear me. I'm going to run after him.
Keith?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I need your help. My brother's in trouble and my husband can't or won't do anything about it.
About being David's lover, didn't you? You lied just now when you confirmed it. You aren't David's lover, are you? You never were you? In fact,
Mason?
David's been telling the truth all along, hasn't he? Yes, I lied about everything.
Haven't you seen enough of these tapes?
I hate him.
You know, reliving a bad day is not going to make it better.
I suppose you think I'm wallowing in self-pity, don't you? Well, I'm not wallowing. A little waiting, maybe. But I won't subject you to any more of my moping.
Mason, how could you know that Sheila was lying? I mean, Cruz couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, but if we couldn't figure it out, how come she could? I think I better say goodnight.
Where are you going?
I'm not sure.
I hate to see you going out feeling like this.
Well, I can't stay in feeling like this. Don't worry, I'm not going to tie one on. I just got to get out for a while. You know, the damnable thing is, I still think David Loren is guilty.
Wish I could cheer you up.
Mary, after the Sheila Carlisle show in court today, nothing short of a miracle could cheer me up.
Okay, we're all set. Let's come back here in half an hour. I got my reservations and start celebrating.
Fine. Although I am paying for dinner.
No, now, Julia. come on, you go.
Objection overruled. I owe you an apology for ever
Nope.
having doubted you.
Don't apologize. Just tell me you believe me now.
I do. I believed you even before Sheila confessed. When I heard you on that witness stand, I knew you were telling the truth. And I can't guarantee it, but I think the jury will too.
How do you thank someone for saving your life?
Let's make a deal. You don't thank me, and I won't apologize to you.
Okay. Am I allowed to tell you I love you?
You sure are. Because I love you too.
You know, that's the first time you said that to me. Maybe we should think about changing our dinner reservations.
What's the matter? Aren't you hungry anymore?
Yeah, but my hotel's close by. We could order in.
I thought we made a deal. No romance until after the trial.
It's not going to last much longer.
I know.
¿La señora está de humor para que la acompañe?
Danny's bail's been posted. Should be free to go any minute now.
Thank you, Keith.
I also arranged for one of the guys to drive him home.
Oh, that's wonderful, but Danny doesn't need a ride home. I can take him home myself.
You're going to go out to dinner with me. Come on.
No,
I'll keep feeding you till you're size 12. Come on, listen. All you have to do, look, if you're going to go home right now, you're going to end up fighting with your husband. You need time to cool off. You might as well spend it with me. Right?
Actually, if I go home now, Cruz probably won't be home.
I should settle that. Come on.
If you were going to refuse me permission to see Kelly, why did you let me get all the way up here?
You were so insistent when you called, I decided we should have a little talk.
Talk about what? It is very simple. I want to see Kelly. Now, I've already cleared this with CC, and I know that Kelly's been asking for me, so what?
Let's put this issue of Kelly's visitation rights to rest once and for all. It doesn't matter if CC Capwell approved of your visit. It doesn't matter if the whole Capwell family comes up here with a petition with 5,000 names on it. The court gave me the power to determine the course of Kelly's treatment, and I am tired of interference.
I'm not going to interfere with Kelly's treatment. I just want to see her.
I would like to believe that, but I know that you had something to do with Justin Moore's attempt to infiltrate this hospital, and that would be reason enough to deny your request.
Dr. Rawlings, all we did was gain entrance to this place by mistake.
Look, I know it's hard for you to understand, but your presence has a disturbing effect on my patient. So I'm going to have to forbid any further contact between you and Kelly.
Doctor, I'm not leaving here until I see Kelly.
All right. You don't leave me much choice. I'm going to have to call security.
Kelly.
Doctor?
Kelly. Kelly. Do you remember me?
She is not ready for this.
No? You have no idea how much I missed you.
I miss you, too. That's why I had Dr. Rawlings call you today.
I think you're getting well much faster than your doctor realized. Kelly, do you remember everything? About the two of us?
You were my friend, right? Like Justin and Joe.
That's right. But we were more than just friends. We meant a great deal to each other. Do you remember?
No.
It's all right, Kelly. You don't have to remember everything all at once. It's all right.
No, go away. Make him go away from me.
take Miss Catherine to her room and give her something to calm her down.
Kelly, what is it?
I tried to warn you. But now that you've seen the problem with your own eyes, maybe you'll realize that Kelly is not yet ready to deal with reality.
That's just what she's trying to deal with. She's trying to cope with those things that frighten her the most, and isn't that what she's going to have to deal with ultimately?
Not now, not yet. She is not ready. When she remembers something, then everything else comes back to, and it's much too much for her to handle. You understand now why I can't allow you to see her?
What was wrong? What was the phone call about?
It was the precinct. The DA sprung Danny.
Sí, una gran lección para él, ¿eh? Puede hacer lo que se le antoje porque su hermana hará lo que pueda para que quede impune.
Me sorprende que Kate haya hecho algo así.
A mí no. Posiblemente para vengarse por lo que pasó hoy en el Tribunal de Justicia. Y tampoco le importaría ganar unos cuantos puntos a los ojos de Santana.
Lo hecho, está. Has intentado hacerlo mejor.
Y he fracasado. En más de un sentido.
¿Qué quieres decir?
No debería hablar de esto contigo.
Está bien, Cruz. Sé que las cosas últimamente no han ido como tú querías.
¡Hola! Espero no interrumpir algo serio.
Hola, Gina. ¿Vienes aquí por negocios o de visita?
Pues verás, he visto a Santana hace un rato y se ha dejado olvidado esto.
¿Qué es?
Me ha dicho que eran pastillas para la alergia.
Muchas gracias, se las daré.
No hay de qué. Será mejor que os deje a solas.
Sí, será mejor.
Seguro que a menudo os han dicho que hacéis muy buena pareja.
Sabes, es tan extraña.
Sí.
Sé que has tenido un mal día, pero estás exagerando un poco. Una vez que os calméis, Santana comprenderá por qué necesitabas que Dani aprendiera una lección.
Ah, no lo creo. Ella no es como tú.
Oh, hello. My, don't the two of you make a handsome couple?
You know, I meant what I said about not interfering in your marriage. But I do hope we can still be good friends.
No, Eden, we better be.
No voy a intentar ganarte. Por mucho que lo desee. Si se produce algún cambio en tus relaciones o en tus sentimientos, será porque venga de ti.
Quizá deberíamos intentarlo en otro restaurante.
Sí, vamos.
Vamos.
¡Qué tonta! Olvidaba algo. ¿Nunca os ha dicho nadie que hacéis muy buena pareja? Os lo digo yo.
Disculpe, señor. ¿Va a acompañar a cenar a la señorita Caldwell?
¿Lo harás?
Mark.
Yes?
Mark, would you mind holding this table? I go find out where my date is.
Why, certainly.
Thank you.
Julia, is that you?
Well, we did it.
Yeah, we did.
We fooled every last one of them, lover. How'd you do it? When I was giving my heart-wrenching testimony, you looked so surprised. So genuinely surprised.
I was just so amazed you were pulling it off as well as you were. I didn't know you were such an accomplished performer.
Well, all I had to do was imagine what I'd feel like if you were really planning to leave me for someone else. The rest was easy.
Would your jealousy ever make you hate me enough to get me hanged?
Don't test me. And don't talk about being hanged. After my testimony, you're as good as free.
Well, I don't know about free. Might have changed my odds from 90-10 to 50-50.
They've got to let you go. They've got to.
If they do, I'll have you to thank.
Just love me. That's all that thanks me.
I wish you could stay.
Can't I?
No, I've got a meeting with my lawyer. Closing statements are tomorrow.
But she's the one making the statement. What does she need you for?
I know. You just gotta be patient a little while.
I've been patient. And of everything I've done for you, that's been the hardest. The waiting, being without you. That's been my suffering. Don't make me suffer.
Ah, so you too have returned to the scene of my crime.
I don't consider a bad day in court to be a crime.
You're too late. I've already tried and convicted myself.
Oh? What's your sentence?
Living with myself. That ought to be enough torment for me.
Can't be too far gone.
I'm not trying to be funny. Maybe you should just go away and let me get back to being miserable.
Oh, no. I've got a better idea. I want to make a deal. Will you come home with me if I tell you something that I think you're going to find to be good news?
There's no such thing as good news on this planet.
Ah, but there is. Actually, it just happened this morning. Well, actually, I just found out about it this morning. Mason, I'm pregnant.